Now, in order to know what is most probable, you can't just say, oh, this is most probable. You have to calculate the probability of everything to know what's most probable. Math is just like that. I know it's annoying, but you have to do the whole thing in order to find out just the one thing you want, right? It's always like that. So it has calculated all of the possibilities that all of the conscious beings and all of the stuff and energy, the storms, the rocks rolling downhill, everything, it's calculated where it's going to be the next step. Everything that could happen, might happen, kind of thing. And then you can trace a path through the highest probability you get in all the states. Okay, so that's basically the way that works. So now you have this probable reality out there of everything that could possibly happen, and one of those things does happen the next time increment because we here do our free will thing and something happens. Okay, that's the present. And as soon as we march to the next one, that one we just left drops into the probable, or it drops into the history, right? It's now in a history file. But there's two kinds of history there. There's the history that we actualized, the actualized history. That's the things we actually did with our free will. And there's the unactualized history. That's all those other things that we didn't do. Just like there's all those probabilities that we might do but didn't. All of those become unactualized history. So you've got basically three databases. You've got your future probability, you've got your actualized history, and your unactualized history. And just think of these as databases. Remember, we're only talking about data streams. Think of a big database, and you get to query the database. You query it with your intent. That's how you query the database. Now, you can go into the future probable realities, and you can look around, and you can follow the probability lines, and you can get off the main probability and go through anywhere you want. You can change things and say, well, if I change this, how does that change the probabilities? This is a very nice system. It'll follow your intent. It'll recalculate those probabilities and show you what that might be. Now, that's a pretty handy tool, isn't it? You can do the same thing in the past. You can go back along our history thread, like you could go to, and say, well, what would have happened if Adolf Hitler had won World War II? If he was the winner, and we were the loser, what would have happened there? Well, you can find that out. It'll recalculate those states, and what it'll do is it'll pick every probable thing that would have happened by all the people there. All the people like you and I who were there then are modeled as, as statistical models. Well, you say, that's tough, modeling a person as a statistical model. Well, it's tough for us, but it's not tough for a database that knows every thought we've ever had, every action we've ever taken, every intent we've ever mustered, every feeling we've ever had, because that's all part of the record. So you can make a pretty good model when you have that sort of database, and it doesn't just necessarily go for this life experience. It can go for a lot of life experiences. You can visit these places a couple of ways. You can watch it like a movie, where your intent is bringing up the movie of choice, or you can actually get into it like you're part of the movie. You can join the movie. Then you can change things in that movie and watch it. All you're doing is querying a database that has all the data in it. Okay, it's available to you because your consciousness and what you do is take in data. And those data makes pictures and or feelings or whatever. You got all the data there. So all that's possible. This is just a real simple rendition of what I just said. Here's OS. Remember, that's our physical reality plus everything non-physical interacts with us. Now, right at this point, it had three choices. It could go to here, to there, or to there. At that point, all of these things are future probable realities, right? And then it makes the choice. It goes over here. As soon as it does that, all of this and all of this become past, right? They're no longer in our future because it made a choice over to here. It can't go there anymore. So all that becomes unactualized history data. All right, now it's over here. It can go to one of these three spots. Everything up here is its potential probable future reality. It makes a choice. Now all of these drop off, and the only thing now that it's in our probable future reality are these, and so on as it marches through. Of course, every delta t, every time it makes a choice, all these lines get spread out more and more and more, and more things are done. So it keeps spreading as it goes. Now I only did 3. That's pretty small. There's really billions and trillions of choices that have to be made to change a state.